Okay, we're starting the Parashat Vayelech. Parashat Vayelech, we learn right before Yom Kippur. The Muslim of Yom Kippur we find in this parasha, and B'ezrat Hashem, Gemar Tov for everybody. Yachad Kollel, it's Shnat of Tashpak, Shnat Pidyon Gadol, Pidyon Gadol, great redemption for all the Hal Israel. The man of Gimel is Gidul, growing, and should be a year full of growth for all the Hal Israel. B'ezrat Hashem, Hashem should help. Now, Vayelech Moshe vaydaber et hadorim ha'eleh kol Israel. Moshe went and he spoke to hadorim ha'eleh kol Israel. Last week, parasha we learned that Moshe Rabbeinu atem litzavim. Moshe Rabbeinu gathered everybody and talked to everybody. And there's this Vayelech Moshe. What we said Vayelech Moshe? What does Vayelech Moshe mean? Moshe went. Where did he go? Torah doesn't tell us where did he go. Where did he go? Where did Moshe go? And it's at the day of his Petira. You could imagine the Gadol Israel, Moshe Rabbeinu, with burden of Torah, burden of Hal Israel, burden of transferring Torah is the last day that you could be on earth. Moshe Rabbeinu is the representative of Torah, Halacha, everything. And it's the last day that he has a chance to give over the Torah, to explain the Torah to Talmidim. Once it's gone, it's gone. Now, all of a sudden, after Atem Nitzavim, everybody was there. It says, Vayelech Moshe. Now, what does it mean, Vayelech Moshe? Ramban learns unbelievable lesson from here. Ramban learns, Vayelech Moshe. Moshe went. Where did he go? Ramban says that he went to Machane Israel. He went to the camp of Gal Israel, Moshe Rabbeinu, Gadol Ador, with all of his stature on the day of Petira. He got nothing to do, what to do. He went to the camp of Israel, Lechabedam, to honor them. And Litol Reshut Lipater, and to get permission from them to depart. Derech Eretz. Derech Eretz. You're leaving, you go to Zichni Israel. Not that they should come to you, you go to them. And you're departing from them, you get permission, Lipater, the last departure. And Torah is teaching us how important Derech Eretz is. Derech Eretz is very important. And the day of Petira, Moshe Rabbeinu doesn't think about, I have to give the secrets of Kabbalah. Maybe I didn't keep Kabbalah here, that halacha be there, that halacha, that thing. No. More important than that is to have Derech Eretz, discipline. What requires humanity, what human beings are, what they stand for. They stand for humanity, to do whatever that should be done. Oh, I'm a great person. Oh, I'm so busy. I can't have time for this. I can't have time for that. No. We were learning Motzei Shabbat in Levychaim, L'chot Derech Eretz. There's a Masechet Derech Eretz. That Masechet, that book talks about Derech Eretz, discipline, the way of life, how humanity, talks about humanity, how human beings have to react. Once we asked him, Rabbi, if a person is in rush or something, when is that the person could step on their affairs? Person could stand on humanity. Step on it. He thought, and says, Pikuach Nefesh. If one's life is in danger, all of us will tremble. Something, you decide to do, not to do. I'm so busy, I don't do it. I have a lot of excuses, I don't do it. No! The only time that the person could excuse himself from humanity, from doing their affairs, somebody's life is in danger. Rather than that, there is no excuse. Hashem wants us to be human beings all the time. Somebody loses humanity, he loses his Torah, he loses Avodah, he loses everything in life. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Derech Eretz Katma the Torah. Hashem didn't give Torah to somebody who's not an Adam. Hashem doesn't want somebody who's not Adam to keep Torah. Hashem says, Rasha, Lama lech tiseper chukecha. What is it for you to talk my decrees? I don't want you to talk my decrees. Vayelech Moshe, right before Yom Kippur. Vayelech Moshe, the last day of his life, tells us how much Derech Eretz, I'm talking really to myself, how much Derech Eretz we should have for our wife, how much Derech Eretz we should have for our children, don't make a mistake. A lot of people think Derech Eretz for a stranger. I'm telling you, really myself. Real Derech Eretz is to wife, to the children, those that we take as granted. Once I came out with the line, as far as Derech Eretz, as far as discipline goes, you should look at your wife and children like a stranger. Like a stranger. The boy cried to me and he says his father respects his cousins much more than him. When the cousin comes at home, it's like a king are coming. And when I'm there, I'm shemated. I'm made to. I'm matched by the door. Therefore, the Erecheres is very important. I think that the line is very important. As far as the Erecheres goes, the person has to deal with the wife and children like a stranger. Here we are the novice, and told them I'm going on 20 years. I cannot come out and come. But Hashem told him, and say, don't pass this burden. No, I can't go out and in. Now, what's the reason that he cannot? They're saying that the older man, I cannot fight with you. But don't worry. Sometimes people lose a leader, they are very worried. Say, Hashem, Hashem, God goes in front of you. He will destroy the nations from in front of you, will come and you will possess them. Yeshua will cross over before you. Hashem, that's why Hashem is for. Don't worry, HaKadosh will take it up. Now, Rashi says, I can't go out and in. Is it possible to shash the foot? I'm not taking away the power of going to the Torah is taken away from me. Now, the Persian say, why? In other words, all of the thing of Chokhmah was taken away from him. Now, why? Ramban says that was a nest. Why was a nest? Because he should not be doing, he should not be so anguished or in pain that Yehoshua is taking over. When once he lost the Torah, he saw that he's not Rawi anymore. But Rabbeinu Bechaya said that the death should not be so hard for him. Because for Moshe Rabbeinu, life means Torah. Once he was so old that physical body could not be so well Torah, it was very easy for him to accept the mitzvah. But as long as he was connected to Torah, it was very hard for him to feel he's going to die. Hashem would do to them, just like this Marie or son, Hashem destroy them, and Hashem would give over, deliver them before you, and you should do to be strong in one strong in the group, one strong in the heart. Because if person is not strong in heart, no matter how strong the goof is, person is not strong in heart, from an ant he would be afraid. But the heart is strong, then goof is strong, that's good. Don't be afraid and don't be broken from before them. Hashem who you Hashem would not loosen you and would not forsake you. That's life. Our life, a lot of times we feel broken, we feel there's nobody to help, and we have to understand that always there is HaKadosh Baruch Hu to help you. Moshe Rabbeinu says, Al tiru, al tarsu. Hashem doesn't leave you alone. Hashem is with you all the time. Like the Navi says, even if I go to the valley of darkness, I'm not afraid. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with us all the time. He takes care of us. He's there. Person has to feel and to know that he's there. The fact that you feel and you know makes a big difference. Moshe called Yehoshua and told him, "You must be strong and be courageous, because you bring the nation to the land that Hashem swore to them, to give them, and you're gonna inherit shall portion it to them. Hashem would go in front of you, he would be with you, and would not leave you, and would not forsake you. Don't be afraid and don't be broken." Moshe, the Baruch Hu, in the name of Israel, in front of all of Israel, is Mechasa Yehoshua and tells him, no, in other words, it's very interesting that Moshe tells Yehoshua, Atot Tovo. You're gonna come, Atot Tovo means you're gonna come with the nation, with the elders. But later on, Hashem spoke to Yehoshua, and Hashem told Yehoshua, Atot Tavi, you're gonna bring them. There's a difference between the way that Moshe told Yehoshua and Hashem told Yehoshua. Moshe told Yeshua, Tobo, you're going to come with the dad of Zedanim, get help from them to be with their dad. The way that Hashem says, Tobi Bnei Israel, you're going to bring the Bnei Israel. In other words, you get the draw of the authority and malchut, and you force them to do whatever that you want, right? You're gonna get them to do whatever that you want. Now the question is that what's the difference between the way that Moshe is talking and the way that Yeshua is talking? Why is it Moshe and Hashem? Now the first thing say, first of all, Moshe says Tabit Ha'am. He's talking about lower. And Hashem is talking Tabit Bnei Israel. There's a difference between Ha'am and Bnei Israel. Ha'am is the lower level, Bnei Israel are the higher level. Now for the lower level, you would think that what should they do? You should get a rod and authority? No, they don't accept him. They cannot be so well bearing. They're not Bnei Torah, they're not as Cheshivut of Torah. On that, you have to go slowly by them. With the things. But when you get to Bnei Israel, the elite, they understand this authority of Avraham. There is somebody in charge, and he puts it in, and they should go with him. That's one pshat. These are the pshat that, in other words, depends on what are you talking about. You are talking about things that is Medina and things that has to do, you go with them. But talks about halacha, you don't go with them. You get Hashem talking about halacha, it's talking about things that conducting the sibur that has to do with the way that the society is, that you get help from them. The other thing that one is talking about Melech, what is Rosh Hashanah? Rosh Hashanah, they have to go with the elders to understand the way that they understand Torah, to get etzah from them. But when it comes to Melech, Melech has the authority, has to get the rod and get to people and to put down his authority. Moshe wrote the Torah and gave to the Kohanim and Levi, and Nosim et Aaron, that they carried the Aaron with Hashem. They put it in and put it. At first he gave to Bnei Levi, and then the Garisoy came to Moshe and told him that what you're going to give to them, you're not going to give to us. He asked for Torah, and Moshe Rabbeinu wrote Torah and gave it to them. Now, what's the idea of Moshe writing the Torah and giving it to them? Because the fact that Moshe wrote it and gives it to them, that makes establishment in them the Torah. Right? So Moshe wrote, that's not. We're going to write about one mitzvah, from the end of 7 years, the Moshe is good. The book is allowed to be seen in Pnei Hashem, the Makom Hashem, the place Hashem chose. Tigra et Torah, so you should read this Torah, Neged Kol Yisrael. In other words, he should read the Torah, the Melech would read the Torah for everybody. You should gather all of the people, Anashim, the men, just to learn, the Hanashim, the ladies, to listen. Anashim, listen, and the children, why they come, to give sechar to those that they bring them, the converted Jews, in order that they should listen, and in order that they should learn, to be afraid of Hashem, and they should watch to do all of the words of this Torah. And the children that they don't know, they should listen, hear, and they should learn. When the children come and they see such a gathering and to fear Hashem, all their lives, therefore, when the children come and they see, they're gonna be impacted through that, and that's an important point. That the children should see big gathering of Torah and mitzvot, and that's the mitzvah of Hakel. You gather everybody, and they should learn. In other words, Melech would read, Al Bima Shel Etz, Shosim Ba'azara. Melech would read from Eladorim, all of the Sefer Devarim. That's the mitzvah of Hakel, from the last mitzvah in Torah. Hashem told Moshe, Hem karbu yamech alamu. Hem. Indeed, your days came to come close to death. Hem. Now, what does hem mean? It's interesting. What does indeed hem mean? From all of the letters, they have pair. All of the letters have pair. In other words, we have 1 and 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, and we have 4, 6, but 5 and 50 don't have pair. Hem. I was probably telling Moshe Rabbeinu, you're like a hair, 5 and 50. They don't have any pair. There's nobody like you. We can't find a pair like you. You're very unique. Or he brought hair, Chamisha Sifrei Torah, Nun Sha'arei Bina. Qarbu Yamech Alamut, Your days came close to die, but you don't die yourself. You are all the time. In the Chah, Yeshua called Yeshua with the oil, and they should stand in the oil moed, and I will command them. Vayelech Moshe went ba'atzmo, Yeshua v'Yeshua oil moed, Levychaim Yeshua. Hashem appeared in the pillar of the cloud and stood there, sat Amud Hanan on the entrance of the way. Hashem Moshe Inecha. Indeed, you're gonna lie with your fathers and gonna die. Because as the discretion would get is on a stray after the gods of foreigners of this land, Ashuhu Bashama Dabu, but as someone they leave me with and they notify Madrid that I command with them, I just angry, go by Mahu, but as of him, I will abandon them, we start upon him, and I will hide my face from them, and they will become prey, and beset them, will many evils, with sorrow and troubles. That say hello. Therefore, it says we start upon like a father tells the teacher that the son didn't do a good job. Teacher is telling father the son did a good job. It's punishing. But while the son is punishing, teacher is punishing the son, the father turns his face away. Because he says that I can't see my child is being punished. It's very hard for him. He started upon I hide myself. Hashem says I'm a kind father. I'm a merciful fathers, and I cannot see my children or suffer. Now Hashem brings all of this studying, but I will hide myself on that day, on the evil that it did to Pana, because he turned to gods of others, but not. No. In other words, they say Kina Shai Beqilbi, then I say as a Pana. Now, before Hashem say, when it says Kina Shai Beqilbi, they are doing Teshuvah. Why should Hashem says hide himself? Ramban learns that he's not doing Teshuvah Shalom. And that's the way of Yetzer Hara. Yetzer Hara makes a person that's very, let's say on Yom Kippur, you are very motivated to Teshuvah. What does Yetzer Hara do? Okay, do a little bit Teshuvah, okay, you cry, and that's it. Now we're gonna think about it later on. Doesn't come up with a commitment that I'm not going to do. Like what Shwarba says, you're gonna say that Hashem is not between me, but you don't do anything about it. Then I hide myself more. Over here, there is a watch. I was also saying watch from Yetzer Hara, not to make you not to the Yeshua Shalem. Now Hasidic shot is that because you said Hashem is not between me, among me, that in itself we get punished. Why? Because Hashem is with you all the time. Even in the sorrow, even in the Holocaust, wherever that they are, Hashem is with them all the time. But now we're going to talk about the last mitzvah in Torah. The last mitzvah in Torah is now you should write for them this song, and should teach them in Israel, you should put it in their mouth. The man here that should be this song, let witness them in Israel. Because I bring them to the Avraham, that I swear to the fathers, the flowing challah, milk and honey, and they will eat with saba and satisfied, with dashan and grow fat, and they turn to gods of gods, and they serve them, and they will provoke me, my anger, and they nullify my brit, my cover. When they find all of this, this shira the panop the ed witness, because it will not be forgotten from his children. In other words, this shira will not be forgotten. Rashi says, from the midst of the curse, you find out the bracha. What's the bracha? That Torah will not be forgotten from Israel. How would you know that this shira they would remember this song? That I know it's true. It's in inclination that who was said today. We tell him before Avraham would bring him to the land that I swear. Moshe wrote the shira azot by Mahu, and he taught it when Israel. Therefore, that's the last mitzvah in Torah. What's the last mitzvah in Torah? Last mitzvah in Torah is writing Sefer Torah, Kitvu Tashira Azot. Now, why does it say Kitvu Tashira Azot? Should say Kitvu Torah. Why say Kitvu Lachem Tashira Azot? Song. What's the song of Asinu? But from here, the Gemara learns, they have to write the Sefer Torah that has this song. Why do you refer to Sefer Torah with the song of the Azin? First of all, Azinu has all of the history of mankind is there, from the creation to the Mashiach. All of the Muslim are there. and people made fun of it. And then they said, "What's your name?" Avner. And the Ramban made fun of Avraham. Ramban said, "I know your remez is in the apostle." It said, "Afafiem," and the apostle is saying that Afafiem also would have handed them. And in that year, he died. There are two versions. Some say that in that he said that he asked Ramban, "Okay, where is my remez of my apostle?" And Ramban told him, "The remez of your apostle is when I was told, yes, I'm getting angry." And that's Avner. His name was Avner. Avner. And there are two legends. One legend is that year he died. Another legend says that he was so scared that he was Choser B'Teshuvah. I like the second one better, that Choser B'Teshuvah, good ending. But anyway, this Sefer Torah, that's why? Because Torah is like a song. What's song? What's the difference between information when it's song, it's not song? When it's song, it's informative. When it's news, it's informative, it's just information. But when it's song, it means that's to do with your emotions. But that's a very important point by Torah. Torah is not just a regulation and information. Torah is take a person, all of the person, it's an emotional person. The word Torah is referred to as song, the melody of an neshama. When you are involved in something, you write a poem. And the poem expresses your feelings, not just information. You could write information two ways. One way, inform and writing, that's a letter, or you could write a song. What's the difference? The difference, the information is the same information. Song means emotions and feelings. And Torah is Torah of feelings and emotions. Torah is not just regulation and halacha. But strong, and Hashem is telling Yosha, you, Ben Israel, you're going to bring Ben Israel. When Moshe finished writing the Torah, this Sefer, until he finishes, therefore he wrote it and he taught all the Hal Israel. He wrote 12 Sephonim and gave to every Shevet and Shevet, because every Shevet has to have own Torah, because they wanted to have Torah, and they liked it very much. That everybody demanded to have the Torah. And it's very important, the handwriting of Moshe Rabbeinu, the Kavanah of Moshe Rabbeinu, what Moshe Rabbeinu put in the Sefer Torah and gave to every Shevet and Shevet, had a very strong impact forever on all of the Shevatim of Israel. Right? And to denote that Torah is for all of the Shevatim, Torah is not just for Hanim, for Levim, for those that they work with Amidah, it's not just for Rabbanim, for a segment of the community. Torah is for everybody. And you never know what does thing do. When in the Second World War, when the Jewish people went to Shanghai, and there were some yeshiva of Shanghai, they put some bombs on the place that they were hiding themselves in a large hall, and they put some bomb, and the bomb didn't go on, and Baruch Hashem, everybody was safe. And they came to the Kitolim that they were there. What zechut? Everybody thought is a zechut and merit of the yeshiva, zechut and merit of Shiva, those that there was a gadol there, and he got up and he knew some inside the story. There was a lady there that her husband abandoned her, and she was a chashuva lady. She had to become maid. She didn't have any money. She had to take care of the children, and chashuva lady had to become a maid to take care of the family, and she did it. Now, while the enemy were bombing the city, this rabbi heard this lady was close to her, whatever that happened, that this lady went to Hal Shvarban, was davening to her servant, was saying a little bit louder noise, and he was screaming a little bit, Hashem, please, Avraham, says that Hal Shvarban, I know that I have a lot of anguish and pain from my husband. Just left me and made me to become a maid, chashuva lady. I was a chashuva myself, and he did everything to me. Now, even though I did all of these things, I'm mocher. I do mechila. B'zichut that you save us, you save everybody here. And God will say it wasn't the zichut of the Rosh Yeshiva, it wasn't the zichut of Talmidim learning Torah, it was of this lady that was mocher, her husband, that even though that mistreated her very badly, she was mocher, that zichut helped Hal Yisrael and saved Hal Yisrael. Therefore, you never know who in Rahal Israel has Zechut, who would help us. We should not leave any neshama behind. We need all of the neshama. Every neshama and neshama is a gem, is something for Rahal Israel. You have to have all of them. And every neshama could do a lot. Now, this lady saved Rahal Israel with her mechila. In other words, took enormous kovach to be mochel her husband, but abandoned her with many children, and she had to work so hard to get. But said that I'm mochel Hashem, you do it. And that was a merit and zechut. Right? So Moshe Davin, Moshe commanded him, they carried the Aron Bered Hashem, they were saying, you should take the Sefer Torah Azeh, something or two, and should put it beside Aron Bered Hashem, beside Aron Bered Hashem, Kechem, Vayasham should be Ed. Shanochi Yadati, because I know it Meliecha, your rebelliousness, your torpecha and your neck, Hapashet, that's stiff. Hem Godenichai, while I was alive with you, Hayom Mambim, you were rebellion. You today rebels. You've been in Hashem, even after my death. Hakilu Elai. Gather all of these elders of Israel, Shechem and officers, but I will speak to their ears, these words, and I will bear witness against them, the heavens and the earth, because I know after Moti, after that, you're going to corrupt, start them, and you're going to turn away from there that I commanded you, and will befall to you, hara, evil, at the end of the days, because you do evil in the eyes of Hashem, to make him angry with your actions. They were here, Moshe Rabbeinu is saying that. Now Rashi points out, after the Navi said, at the time of Yehoshua, they kept the Torah mitzvot, everything was kept. Well, how come Moshe Rabbeinu says, after my death, they don't go astray? He says that Chavivim Talmidim of a person, right? From here you see that the Talmid, student of a person is Chaviv, is endeared to a person that is good like his body. All the time that Yehoshua is alive, it's like Moshe Rabbeinu is alive. Therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu is saying that after Mal Petira, but it wasn't really after his Petira, because at the time of Moshe also they were good. Therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to take witness to them that they should know what Shamayim V'Aretz to witness. Why Shamayim V'Aretz? Because Shamayim V'Aretz they stay forever, and they are the one to do the witness. If the Shamayim sees that Rahal said don't keep Torah mitzvot, it stops bracha. Rain will not come. The land will not give fruit. There are witnesses that they, like Torah says that when we give the punishment, the witnesses give the punishment first. Here also, Avraham made Shamayim V'Aretz to be witnesses. First of all, they are forever. Nothing else would be there. Shamayim V'Aretz are made. How are they made? They react. When we keep Torah mitzvot, there is a Shabbat Baruch Avraham Hashem. When we don't keep, Hashem stops. The rain doesn't come. The land would not produce its fruit. Everything is up to the highest side. By then, Moshe and Moshe spoke to all I said, this Shira is Hashra Dazinu. As I said, this Shira has all of the history of mankind from the time of the creation till Mashiach. Everything is in this Shira. It's a very powerful Shira. Therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu came and taught all the Israel, impacted them to understand that everybody has the background of thinking and mentality. Now, the background of thinking and mentality, I said, this is Shira. That was created, the history of mankind, what went through, this Hashkoch of Hashem, with that Hashem deals with the Beriah, and so on. There's a lot of things that we don't understand, we don't get it. And we think that, we understand, we want to understand the Derachim of Hashem, but really in reality it's impossible to understand the Derachim of Hashem. Such in the Shabbat Shuvah, a person should keep the Shabbat very well, because this Shabbat, if you keep the Shabbat, all of the Shabbat of the year. So be very careful with Mukhse, with Dipu, with everything. The Shabbat, we should be Redusha. And the most important thing Ben Ishai says, be careful with this tendency from anger. If you remember, we made a Yehiraton for anger. We said that if you are about to get angry, what do you say? Say Yehiraton, that our should help me that I should not get angry. And the zechut of not getting angry should help Hal Israel wherever that you are. With that Hashem, have a good Shabbat, enjoy yourself. And
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi. Thank you so much.